Hello my ExJW agents, and welcome back to the Darth Magog channel. I'm your host, the Dark Lord of the Apostates, Darth Magog. And I'm back! We would be honored if you would join us. Okay agents, I just wanted to get a few things out of the way. Yes, I am back. You probably saw last week's warm-up video. If you haven't, it's linked in the description below. So, new videos next week. I had to do a lot of thinking and decided I will continue making ExJW videos. I'm also, however, going to limit my scope a lot more significantly. I've got a few specific reasons for that, and I'll address those as we review the changes. So let's address the bantha in the room. Yes, I'll continue all reviews of Caleb and Sophia. They're simultaneously my favorites to make and my least favorites to make, mostly because they're very complicated to cut, edit, fact check, and schedule, at least for an editor of my caliber. I'm going to reduce those to once a month, so I have the month to work on them. I think I've developed a slightly easier way to produce them, but we'll see how that goes shortly. I strongly considered cutting them, but they're the single most beloved videos on my channel, and I can't bear to let them fall by the wayside. That said, I'll still be cutting my workload by eliminating video types that don't get watched very often. Chief among those are the My Book of Bible Horrors episodes, where I ironically read the Jehovah's Witness Bible storybook and pick apart the apologetics. Those are really fun for me to do, but I understand they're not well liked, and more importantly, the message just doesn't get to the right people. In a similar vein, I also will not make any more Star Wars specials. I had one more for May the 4th I wanted to release, but I find those also don't get the anti-cult message out to enough people, likely due to their abstract nature. As a result, I canned the project. I apologize to those that enjoyed those specials, but I personally find them hampering to the cause and not helping it. If you're interested, I'll release the last one sometime next week. Oh, and no more shorts. I don't know why, but they're just not for me. I'll find another way to answer those Ask an Apostate questions, but I'm just not a short-form video guy, I don't think. Maybe if we see a little ad revenue come in, I'll bring in an editor who can whip those up if I toss them the raws. I won't be doing a complete shutdown and meltdown of all my content. I'll certainly leave what's already been posted up. The non-Caleb and Sophia videos don't get much traffic, but if the heartfelt comments are to be believed, they're helping someone, and I'm glad I get to be a resource. In addition, I'll continue to create the r/ExJW Reddit videos. They're relatively easy to make, and I just love highlighting that community. Real stories from real ex-Jehovah's Witnesses give me life. They're not always the happiest stories, but they're genuine and deserve to be shared. I will also continue making top 10 lists. They're really fun to research and make, and while they take the second most editing of all my videos, they're still a blast to do. And finally, we'll continue to do the ExJW guides. I made a really cool guide to Jehovah's Witness spouses a couple years ago for Valentine's Day with Ryan and Kai. That was a blast. And there was a teacher's guide I made with a lot of input from Commander 5s and Darth too that I'm quite proud of. And that has apparently helped a few teachers in the field, so I'd like to continue making those. If we ever got to the point where Darth Magog became a full-time thing, I can see myself bringing back the editorials, Bible story skits, and other fun videos that I really like to make, but take up a lot of time and energy. But for now, I'd rather focus the energy back on the videos that I like making the most and that help the most people out. It's a win-win. It's not all bad news though. I do have good news. So I can flex my creative muscles a little more, I've decided to start working on two things. The first one is, just like any other YouTuber and their grandmother, I started a gaming channel. It's called Darth Magog Gaming, and we just released our first video on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm hoping to have a video every week for that channel too. The second thing I'm excited about is my ExJW album. It'll be a kinda Weird Al style in that they're largely parody songs, just Watchtower themed. Or anti-Watchtower, as it were. I've got about 3 or 4 put together so far, mostly just the lyrics and acapella recordings, shooting for 8 songs as it is. Depending on how that project goes, I might even make a few music videos, so keep an eye out for that in the hopefully not too distant future. Also, don't worry, I'm not starting a Patreon. I've thought about it and it would be really nice to have the extra resources, but ultimately I've just decided against it for the Darth Magog channel. It'd be a little too much pressure and I don't want to burn out again. Maybe for the gaming channel if it ever takes off, but I personally don't feel good about doing a Patreon or YouTube channel membership for my activism, if you can call what I do activism. I'm also going to get back to work on my channel for my civilian identity, which will remain nameless for now until I think I've got a larger following. Ironically, both channels are around the 10,000 mark as far as followers go. Maybe if I ever hit the big 100 on either of them, I'll do something big and find a way to connect them. So, that being said, in the spirit of community, check out the pinned comment below the video. It'll have a link to the new gaming channel and the Apostate class Star Destroyer Discord, which Fives and I have done a terrible job at moderating, and it's become a priority for us now. So, we hope to see you on either side, and until then, my ExJW agents, the elders may be watching you, but Darth Magog is, and always has been, watching the Watchtower.